Hi guys, Curtis Candy Spaz Gamer Shotgun Boy with you. It's Tuesday. I'm sure because I looked at the calendar before we started because you know the shots to the head. Sometimes I'm not 100% sure on those things, so I verified it. It is Tuesday, which means it's commentary day. That I do know. And I have a commentary for you today. And I picked this gameplay because I was playing earlier, and just in case you thought I'd become too much Shotgun Boy and not enough Curtis the Spaz, we'll take a look at this. Let me get it started for you right here. What happened was, this is the first time I've ever played the Mirage map live. I played against the Tard bots one time briefly just to get to know the map a little, and then it popped up here. Plus that, and I was trying the other shotgun, the one with the slugs, for the first time in ages since I first became Shotgun Boy. So, given those two things, I knew it wasn't going to be pretty. It was going to be way more Curtis the Spaz and Shotgun Boy. So I want to show you. Normally this is average gameplay. I'm going to call this a definite tick below average gameplay. And today's commentary, I want to talk to you guys about old school versus new school or modern. The only reason I bring that up is because, in case you guys hadn't noticed, I mean, don't spread it around or anything, but I'm old. I'm 51 now, so I know a little bit about old school things, and there's lots to talk about, especially in gaming. Old school versus new school, you know, classic games, retro games everybody likes to play. And I just having experienced both, I just thought it'd be fun to kind of give you guys my take on it. In a nutshell, without doing a spoiler and explaining all the reasons why, old school sucks balls, okay? I like modern. Old school, don't give me that nostalgia crap. I don't want no nostalgia. If I said, listen, I've been gaming literally since Pong. Okay, I played Pong. I had the Ataris. I had Intellivision. I had Sega Genesis. I had ColecoVision. I love gaming. I've been gaming all along. And you go on eBay now and you pay premium prices for these games and for these game systems. For what? The shit sucks. If I want to play a game, I don't want to see like little red blobs against little blue blobs in baseball or something. I want to play Black Ops 2 and watch guys' heads explode in my sights. There's a reason that we call it progress. It's because we progress. Okay? These games are cool. Those games, dumb shit. I was only playing them because that's all I could play at the time. But now, I guess I understand it to a certain degree. You know, a lot of you younger guys, you grew up with those games. You were kids, and that's what you had, so you get a little nostalgic. By the time home video games really came around to where, you know, they were practical, I was already late teens, early 20s. I was already basically an adult, so maybe that's part of the allure, but no. And that's pretty much the way I am with everything, and I think that's why I enjoy things like this channel so much. And most of my friends that I hang out with are younger than me because most people my age suck and they're boring. They don't want to do fun stuff. I like playing games. But it's funny because when we get talking about it, I think of the things that you guys, I took for granted that you guys have probably never experienced. And we're talking about, because in our house, my wife has a cell phone, I have a cell phone, Braxton, Spaz Kid has a cell phone. So I've been telling my wife, I'm going to get rid of our home phone. It's ridiculous to be paying another bill for nothing. We just kept it there because we've had it for so long. And I get thinking, you young guys, you probably never even know anything about long distance. I mean, to us, that was always such... When you wanted, like, I'm in New York. If we wanted to call family we had in California, you had to check through the phone book and see what the best rates were, and you had to wait until like Saturday night between 7:15 and 7:32 because then it was only 13 cents a minute. I mean, you did. You got charged long distance for everything. Now that's pretty much out the window because, you know, there's no charges on cell phones or anything. You call anywhere you want. And that's even fairly recent. You go back further, when I was a kid, we lived out in the boonies. We lived out in the sticks. Our telephone was what they called a party line. Serious. And what that meant was we didn't even have a dedicated phone line in the house. You would have to pick up the phone and make sure somebody else on your party wasn't already using it. Now, how secure is that? You'd pick it up and you'd hear somebody, you know, talking to their grandmother. Like, yeah, Grandma, I haven't seen you in so long. Oh, Billy. And you'd be like, excuse me, I really need to use the phone. Well, we were on it first. And that was all we had. You only had party lines because the system hadn't advanced enough, especially out in the country like that, to where everybody could have their own individual line. So I want somebody to step up and tell me again how old school is better than new school. Another thing I like to hear too is these kids nowadays, they just play them video games. They don't have to use their imagination at all. Duh, that's freaking awesome. Who the hell wants to use imagination when I'm using imagination? I'm using the imagination of hundreds of people that got together and put in long hours to create the Call of Duty series and more specifically Black Ops 2 for me. I'm using their imagination. I don't want to use mine. Yeah, in the old days I did play. You know how we played war? I mean, if I want to play a war game now, I come on here and I shoot up a bunch of you guys, and for the most part, you shoot me and I call you bad words and stuff. But when I was a kid, you wanted to play war, you went outside and you went, and then there was arguments about whether you got each other or not. Oh, and if you didn't have guns, if you didn't happen to have, some toy guns with you, you went off and you broke a branch off a tree, and that was your gun. And to a lot of people my age and older, even sometimes a little bit younger, they think that's cool. That was better than this? Are you shitting me? Look, I'm running through the ruins in China here, okay, with a shotgun, armed to the teeth, about to get annihilated by, all right, some 8-year-old from Australia or something like right there. But that's cool. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't see how anybody thinks that that's superior to what we have now, but I mean, old school gets more and more popular all the time. Take your freaking old school. I want modern. Even things like, all right, if you guys are younger, the real younger guys, okay, listen, here's the end of it. So, this is, how did I do here? Yeah, 7 and 18. See, Curtis is Spaz still lives, but what's worse than that? This guy was 2 and 9, I beat him, and another person was 8 and 14, barely ahead of me. That was as bad a map as I could get. I had never really played it before, and I was using the new gun. Well, there are some bad players out there. Last point I was going to make on that. For you youngsters, if you're below like 15 or so, don't listen. If you want to look at girly stuff, okay, we'll say it. We'll say porn. You know what you had to do in my day? You had to try and get like one of the National Geographic magazines and hope they had taken some pictures of some African tribes where the chicks didn't wear anything on their boobs. Now it's like I come to my computer and it's like, oh, it's all there. So, old school, my balls. All right, that's today's rant. New school kicks ass on old school. When somebody old tells you that, tell them, say, listen, my buddy Curtis, he's as old as dirt, and he says you're full of shit because new school, modern stuff rules. Talk to you guys soon. Oh, also when you get old, your balls hang funny. Just thought you guys might want to know that. Talk to you soon.